was good. Yeah.
Sound check.
Well, g'day everyone. Welcome back to another vocal analysis here at Voice Essentials. Another Angelina Jordan performance, and of course we've reviewed quite a number of her performances now, and I am continuing to grow in my appreciation of this singer. And this particular performance is I really enjoyed. In fact, in my research of this piece, Bohemian Rhapsody, I came across, a few comments suggesting they didn't really like it. They prefer the Freddie Mercury Queen original. I get that. But equally, I love it when a performer is able to come along and do something new with a classic. Not just, add their own voice to it, but add their own style to it. And I do get a feeling we get that in this particular performance. Let's dive in. It's relatively short. This is being done at the 2022 Unforgettable Gala, which was, according to my notes, the 17th of December back in 2022. And again, if my notes serve me correctly, Angelina is 16 at the point of this performance, so still relatively young. I know she started a lot younger than that. I know that before the keyboard warriors start, informing me as such. I know that, but still, as a voice, remembering that the voice maturation process takes place during puberty, but does not fully complete until our late 20s, early 30s, through the ossification of the cartilage of the larynx, the superstructure of the larynx, if you will. And so, in the scheme of things, this is still a relatively young voice doing some relatively mature things. Let's dive in and have a listen.
Our next performer is a singer and songwriter with one of the most soulful voices of our time. She won Norway's Got Talent when she was only 8 years old. Please welcome to the stage the extremely talented Angelina Jordan.
I love her suit. That is cool. That is a cool suit.
Hey everyone, how are you doing? Anywhere the wind blows doesn't really matter to me.
Interesting.
Too late.
And then she's bang on. She starts sharp. Now, I am going to stop short. The very first video recording I analysed of Angelina, I made some comments around perhaps she was nervous. It was a Nobel Prize concert. And I made some observations, and I made the suggestion that I felt there was some nerves going on. Oh dear. Many of you were very unhappy with that suggestion. It's a suggestion that I still think is plausible. I wasn't there, and I've never spoken to Angelina personally, so I've not been able to categorically identify whether she was, and I certainly didn't have any, brain probes telling us whether performance anxiety was in the moment. But I still think my observation of that was plausible. I do wonder whether we see maybe a little bit of a jittery, nervy start here, borne out by the fact that she does go sharp from the get-go. I'll show you in a moment. she is being given the starting note before she starts. So it's not as if she's had to hear the starting note off stage, walk and hold that in her head, and then walk on and start. No, the actual note is given to her immediately before she starts. Let's see if we can find that moment, and then I'll show you on Melodyne how we are just a little bit sharp in that beginning.
Hey everyone, how are you doing?
She gets it. It's been given twice. And so she's just a smidge sharp. I can tell you, I've had to do exactly what she's doing. It is not easy, and I'm not here to tell you that I nailed it every time, because I almost certainly didn't. Let's have a look at the pitch accuracy on Melodyne, and you'll see that it is just sitting a smidge sharp. Have a watch.
Anywhere the wind blows doesn't really matter.
So see how she's... The interesting thing is, and this is where we get to see, she's not, in one sense, her tuning is actually excellent, because can you notice how consistently out of tune it is? Like she's started on a pitch center and then basically held that pitch center the entire way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it back and I'll show you on the pitch analysis. I'm going to let it run through to where she then starts with the whole music, and she immediately retweaks the pitch center onto the actual pitch center of where she needs to be. So sharp, still sharp.
Doesn't really matter to me,
Still a bit sharp. Okay, so have a watch.
Too late.
Now she's on, and she's actually really centered into that from the get-go. If we just take this section here, and if we pitch center that,
Anywhere the wind blows.
so that's interesting, the way that that Melodyne has fixed that. Yeah. And so we get to really put those all back. We get to really see where that adjustment needs to be. And before we continue, because we probably won't look at the pitch accuracy going forward, because I think she has excellent pitch, and that's a worthy point to be made, right? We are watching an undoctored live performance of a truly wonderful singer being wonderfully imperfect. I think that's a good thing. I know some of you will leave comments to the contrary, but let's go further now into the actual singing and just appreciate the tone and the style and other aspects of the piece.
Anywhere the wind blows doesn't really matter to me, Too late.
Bang on.
My
time has come. Some shivers down my spine. Body's aching all the time.
Isn't it interesting to watch people when that truly wonderful tone really starts, and it's interesting because it's when she moves away from that aspirated, breathy nature that the tone grabs people to the point where they've kind of been interested, but now they're grabbing their phones. Really interesting to observe people's response to a singer.
Too late, my time has come. Some shivers down my spine. Body's aching all the time. Goodbye, everybody. I've got to go. Gotta leave you all behind and face the truth.
I wonder what that looks like in our analysis of the resonance. Oh, wow, okay. Have a look at how full that is. I'll play it from here.
Too late, my time has come. Some shivers down my spine. Body's aching all.
Look at how full this resonance picture is right through here. And, you know, it's that sense of interesting resonance, and we see it in the spectrogram, how full a tonal picture she's being able to deliver. That comes through the tuning and the way she's filtering those resonances through her anatomy, her vocal tract, but it grabs people.
Goodbye, everybody. I've got to go. Gotta leave you out.
And we hear this sort of, there is a lot of a lot of aspiration, you know. If we just even lessen some of the brightness of that sort of noise in the picture, we still are left with quite a bit of air that we're hearing through that sound.
Behind and face the truth.
It's such a I'm hesitant to say unique sound, because I think, you know, when I listen to Angelina, I do hear other singers that I can correlate to. But yet she does bring her own unique sense of self to the performance. And again, I love this arrangement. I actually really, really enjoy it. As I said earlier, I found some comments of people who were like, well, I like the difference. I do. I like it.
Mama.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. That does deserve that kind of response.
Mama.
And the change of the vowel. Yeah, cool.
I don't wanna die. Sometimes I wish I'd never been born at all.
A nice run, but imperfect. She didn't nail every single note there. Let's have a look at that in Melodyne. So you can see, like, if we were to do the gross tuning of that, I think it might look something like this. So that's the bang on one. It sounds tuned is what it sounds. But then when we hear her actual, yeah, it's this one in particular. Oh, hang on. Oh, not that one. She nails 80% of them, but just not quite all of them. But that's real singing.
Maybe can't do it to me, baby. Just gotta get out. Just gotta get out of here. Hey, nothing really matters. Anyone can say nothing really matters. Nothing really matters to me.
Such a lovely arrangement. and done by, a bang-up singer, nailing those riffs and runs, spot on, and also doing it with that sort of light rasp to the sound where the mechanism is not being held over with too much structure, because to have that breathiness, there has to be a little bit of a lighter engagement to everything. And so therefore the voice has got a little bit more play in it. Often when people are working on their pitch accuracy, they'll structure everything up. Everything becomes really tight and tense, and that can be, a problem in and of itself. They nail every note close to, but at the sacrifice of the tone can be tight and emotionally ineffectual. Angelina does not suffer that issue here. But I will just leave you with one again, and I think I've given this caution before to those of you who watch these shows as Learn to Sing singers. Be mindful that this level of aspiration can come with a wear and tear cost on the voice over time. In a single performance like this, not a big deal. In fact, it has this wonderful emotive aesthetic to it. But if we use our voice like this consistently, as I said, over time, it can lead to the development, not will, can, might lead to the development of vocal pathologies, least of which would be bilateral nodules. And there are far worse issues that can come about. But be mindful of that. I hope you've enjoyed today's analysis. She is an excellent singer with excellent aesthetic style. I really do enjoy listening to her. And I love, 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 love the fact that we get to hear such an undoctored live performance. Again, accounting for the fact that she was 16 when she did this, still young. It's going to be so exciting to see ultimately where she goes. She's only just entered into her 20s, and so where will Angelina develop to? Time will tell. I hope to see you in the next vocal analysis video. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.